Hello and welcome to my first lecture on construction contract management. My name is Sabir Khan and I am delighted to be able to introduce this series of lectures which we'll be going through in this course. Purpose. The purpose of this lecture is to achieve awareness, understanding and knowledge of tackling highest level of effective contract management possible. Whether we are employers representatives, project managers, engineers or claim consultants, or whether we are working for employers, contractors or subcontractors. The fundamental elements of effective contract management are contract understanding and awareness, document control, timely notices and early warning, change order control, claim management, program management, subcontract and suppliers control, and material control. Contract awareness. Contract awareness, review of the tender documents at the tender stage is the first and foremost requirement for the effective contract management. General condition of contract, particular conditions, scope of work, specifications, appendices, attachments, and all documents forming part of the contract must be reviewed thoroughly. Cross-check must be carried out for the purpose to ascertain discrepancies and deficiencies among the various tender documents. List of queries should be prepared and forwarded to the employer for tender clarification, which are also called tender bulletin. Tender clarifications will be part of tender documents. After award of the contract, tender documents must be reconciled with the contract documents and IFC drawings will be compared with the tender drawings, and a list of discrepancies must be prepared. Immediate notice of time and cost must be sent for such discrepancies to the employer. Strategy for on-time submission of deliverables like performance bonds, advance payment bond, insurances, and baseline program must be made to ensure timely signing of the contract and release of advance payment. Document control. Successful contract management requires understanding and attention to all documentation like condition of contract, formal correspondence between the parties to the contract, minutes of meeting, telephone logs, site diaries, memos, job site logs, photographs, monthly reports, method statements, QA and QC information, including test procedures and results, certificates, notices, shipping information, including custom duties, taxes and bills of lading, permits and licenses, change orders or variations, instructions, survey data, quotations, purchase orders, and delivery notes. Timely notices, early warnings. All notices required by the contract need to be given within the notice period stated in the contract. For example, in FedEx forms of contract, notices must be served within a set number of days and must also be replied to within a set number of days. If the contractor fails to serve the notice within the stipulated period, it may also lose its right of claims. It is advisable to prepare a schedule identifying each clause that has a notice period within which information and replies has been given and action taken. Change order control. Normally, all contracts have provisions for the employer to issue variation instructions within when it requires to vary the scope of work. If the contractor considers itself to be entitled for extension of time and cost, it will give notice within the stipulated time under the relevant clause of contract. For example, under FETIC Red Book 1999, Clause 8.4 and Clause 20. The contractor must follow events of delay on site in respect of design change of specifications, delay in supply of materials, novated or nominated subcontractors, regarding verbal instruction issued by the employer, notice in accordance with the specific requirement of the contract must be sent to identify potential change scenario. If the contractor initiates a notice of variation, it must be given under the claim notice if provision is not available in variation chapter. If the entire work or part of the work is suspended and our position is not given as per the program, notice must be given for claim and contemporary records must be maintained and sent to the employer periodically and regularly. Claim management. During the execution of work, it is necessary to comply with the contract requirements as regards timely notice, submission of substantiations by predetermined dates or in the periods set out in the contract. Maintain record of all events which lead to a claim for time and cost. Record in writing and oral instructions. Maintain accurate record of minutes of meetings, preferably countersigned. Maintain all record of scheduled changes. Maintain record of monthly reports to the employer. Identify and develop claims issued from the available record. Carry out effectual and detailed delay analysis. Prepare of detailed narrative with all substantiations attached therewith. Prepare formal claim submission for the submission to the employer. If the negotiation fails and the employer rejects the claim, notice must be sent within the stipulated time for mediation, DAB, or arbitration to commence whatever procedure is specified in the contract. Program management. Program management plays a critical role in the effective management of claims and disputes. Regular revisions and updates of the project program must be submitted to all parties as a record. Delay analysis will be carried out as part of the claim managed exercise and will be relied upon regular program review which have been undertaken during the execution of the works. Subcontract and suppliers control. The contractor must exercise control over the commercial aspects of its subcontractors and suppliers employed on the project to ensure that the terms and conditions are compatible with those that a contractor has with the employer. The contractor should endeavor to introduce back-to-back terms and conditions possible on the contractor's risk to the subcontractors or suppliers, especially in respect of insurances, warranties, confidentiality, intellectual property rights, regulatory authorities' requirements, and issuance of completion certificate, etc. Material control. The contractors Principal involvement must be towards material control and respect of shipping, delivery, delivery schedule, custom clearance, material inspection, and insurances. Shipment must be monitored against the program and identify any delays or additional costs which have been incurred and for which the contractor has the entitlement under the contract. Material inspection reports must be received upon delivery. Notice or action should be taken for damaged or missing items. For the delays at the factories due to the events which are outside the control of the contractor, timely notice must be given and claim process must be started for time and additional cost. Thank you.